Hey, what's up, guys? How you all doing? Welcome to Plant a Garden TV. What's up, guys? Blessing to each and every one of you. All right, guys. Today, what we're gonna be doing today, we're gonna be showing you how to create a healthy soil or how to maintain a healthy soil. What we're doing, we basically maintaining our soil, and many people might say, why are you doing this at this point? Why are you maintaining your soil? We still in August. What's the purpose? Well, guess what? If you start maintaining your soil today, you have months ahead for these to break down and enrich the soil for the spring. So if you start doing it now, it make it easier for your plant. So remember, what we're doing, we're going in our garden and we're using the same plant that we have growing in our garden and put them back in our soil. We also using the weeds and put them back in the soil. Like this is a shishu plant, which is a herb. What we do, we go around, we break plants from all our plants. Then we take up the weeds them and we bury them. And let me show you what I'm gonna be doing with them. So every plant we grow, we put them back in our soil, the leaf them. So what you see we do here, we take the weeds, we take leaves from our plants and we add them in our soil. Now, watch what I'm gonna do now. When you do this, it breaks down faster. So what we're doing, we're using the soil to cover it. When we cover it with the soil, it's gonna break down, it's gonna attract earthworms, it's gonna attract the beneficial bacteria that we need in our soil. So this, we start working on our soil now. So by the next spring, this whole bed will be ready and prepared, loaded with earthworms, loaded with nutrients, loaded with carbon, loaded with minerals. Why? Because it already start breaking down. Now, why we add soil on top of the weeds? Why we do that? The reason why we add the soil on top of the weed, you always have to make sure that there's more soil than compost. It have to always be more soil than compost. You can't just have just growing in compost. No, the compost is to help the soil. The compost is to help enriching the soil. That's what the compost for. The soil, which is the dirt, that's what the plants love. That's what they feed from. That's what they enjoy. But we know we add back these things to build back the nutrient that our plant draw the season before. So what we do, we cover them. So every time we cover it, it's going to be a balance. It's going to be a balance because we always take dirt and we put on top of it. It's going to be a balance. It's not going to be just a pile of compost. It must be in dirt. Remember, plants love dirt. The compost is only to help maintain. All right? Welcome everyone. The reeds, what's up? Minerals in soil, definitely. All right. Blessings. What a one. Blessings. Elsa, Pepper Plant, what's up? How you doing? Yes, shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you all so much. So let me continue covering these weeds right here. By the time the spring hit, all these gonna break down, already break down. So now this soil gonna be really rich and ready. All right, so all the weed you see me put down here, all the weed you see me put down there, now I cover them. So I'm just gonna leave that there until next spring. So a lot of people grow food in the fall, but the thing is you have to figure out what type of plant grows and produce continuously, and that's the kind of plant you really want to look for, because you want your garden to produce right up to the spring, to the fall, to the frost. So you plant those type of food, then it will save you from have to plant in a fall garden, because your garden will still full of food. Now when your garden still full of food, what you do now, you start walking on the soil. So instead of I start planting other things, I'm walking on my soil, which is maintaining my soil, because it's important, because all the plants feed from your soil all during the year. So you have to put back something into the soil, which is the best thing you can put back in your soil is the things that in your garden. You also can use the leaf in the fall. You also, all the weeds that grows up in the fall and dry down, you use them back in your soil. So you see what I'm doing? I'm actually taking the weeds, taking leaf from the plants, because we all know this plant is loaded with nutrients, loaded with minerals. So what we do, we add them back in the soil. And we've been doing this for years, and it actually works. It saves us from have to worry about disease in our soil, disease in our plant. We don't get these kind of problem because we not trying to bring any and everything in our garden. What we do, we focus on what we have here. So we eliminate all these situation from pet disease, cause trust me, a lot of things you put in your soil, a lot of things you put in your compost create disease in your garden. Like for instance, like someone was telling me they use meat in the compost. I will not recommend that to anyone. If you build in a compost pile, guys, you walk around and you pull up all the weeds in your garden. And you make your compost tea or you make dry compost, which is put them in a pile. Like what I now do here, this is actually like dry compost. We also can create our liquid compost, which I'm going to be showing you also what I'm going to be doing right here. So as you see me put the weeds and you see me cover it with the dirt. Look what I'm going to do now. This is liquid compost tea. This is compost tea. You could call it liquid fertilizer. But what this one make from, I have several of them. This one is made from a certain type of leaf, a root, and there's a vines that grows wild. This is what this one make from. We also add a little marigold inside of it. What I'm gonna do now, this draw earthworms. Earthworms love this. The beneficial bacteria love this. So by what I did here, what I come now and do, just like that. You just leave that right there. When the spring come and you turn this up, it's gonna be break down. Most likely it's gonna, all of them might be break down already, because we have at least 6 to 7 months. Within that time, this gonna break down. When you turn it, you're gonna be seeing a lot of earthworms inside this area. So this is what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the fall season. I'm gonna be getting all the weeds out the garden, pile them up on my raised bed them, add some soil on top of them, and just leave them. In the spring, when the spring come, they all ready. It's actually ready for the plants. So when you plant them inside it, the plant just keep growing and growing and growing. All right, so guys, don't forget guys, when you come here, don't forget to hit that like button. Here you get real information live. So if you guys want me to continue these type of videos, as soon as you hit this video, this live, hit this like button. That'll show me how much you all appreciate what I'm doing. All right, and this, it means a lot to me. the reeds. Hey, what's up? I'm the Wickers. Blessing, blessing. Do the weeds spread if you use them? No, they're not gonna spread. They're not gonna spread. What's gonna happen is they're gonna dry down. They're not gonna grow because most of them is what we pull up. We pull. So they're not gonna grow. They're gonna just dry down. And when they dry down, it just turn into compost. So if you put them there, they're not gonna grow. No, if you go and you digging them up by their root and put in them, then they might grow. But the thing about it is, even though they grow, in the fall they're gonna dry down and turn compost anyway. By the time the fall hit and the coolness begin, they're gonna just become compost. But this is wonderful. What you see I'm doing here, this is how you maintain a healthy soil. This ain't no things you went out there and get. This is things you use in your garden. The weeds, leaf from your plant. Every plant you have in your garden, you get some leaf from them. Every plant. Put them back in your soil. And you're going to see a big difference in your soil. But in this way of gardening, let me see. Okay. It's green compost before seed out. You're right, yes. And this is what I'm showing you guys here. This will change any soil naturally. If you as a person that accustomed to use synthetic in your garden, this what I'm showing you here, what if you used to and you decide you want to change, I'm telling you, try this. This will transform your soil. This, what I'm telling you here, will transform your soil. Not overnight, it might take a couple years, but it's gonna transform your soil and get rid of that synthetic stuff you had in your garden. This will transform your soil. But focus on building your soil natural. Listen to me, guys. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. Some people make it very complicated for you. When you're doing a garden, you are the master of your space. You is the master of your space. Meaning, you have to make sure you do things that works in your space. So we could learn a lot from other people. Other people can, but you have to see what working in your space. Nothing is better than organic, natural. And I got to say natural. I got to stop using the word because I don't know what consider organic. I know what consider natural. What consider natural is only natural thing you using in your garden. You understand? So the best result you could get from a garden is if you deal with it in a natural form. It doesn't matter what type of soil you have, whether you have clay soil, whatever. If you follow this method that I'm giving you guys, I give you guys real information. And you guys see the proof in the garden. This is not me sitting down on a table giving this information. This is me showing you in the garden and also showing you result. If you go the natural way, You actually building your soil for a lifetime. Okay? If you use a natural compost, you actually building your soil for a lifetime. It will only get better and better every year. Once you maintain it, you have to maintain it. You cannot just grow in a garden and not maintaining it. So what we do, we go around and we take all the weeds them up. Then in the fall, when we see the weather start changing, what we do, we leave the weeds them to grow. And when the weeds them grow and the coldness hit them, it dry them down and they just spread out on the soil. Then what we do, we come and we mix them in with the soil and we just leave it right there. Then there's some plants gonna come up that might be cover crop within certain zone. You mightn't see them in certain zone, but cover crop is also a beautiful thing to have in your garden. Cover crop help protect our soil, or the our soil from the winter, that cold winter. So that's important. But these weeds that dries down in your garden every year, leave them and mix them back in the soil. They help protect your soil. They also add carbon. They also add nutrients in your soil. And this is what our plants love. So what we do is either we make, give me 1 second. It's either we make our super juice or we take them and we put them in a pile to break down. Our super juice. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. I will appreciate it. Long-term soil. Definitely, definitely. Hey Pure Grow, what's up? What's up? Blessing, blessing. Natural plants grow natural. Definitely, definitely. It's a cycle. Hey Bible Music, what's up? Peace. Yes, yes, yes. Blessings to you all. I have about 7 recipes. 7 different recipes with this. And I've tried all. And they all works. The trick to this is, like I keep telling people, the trick to this is, this gonna marinate and just soak right down here. Right. I'm gonna teach you guys something here today. And I hope you guys paying attention to what I'm gonna teach you today, or what I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna give you, yes sir, planter, fertilizer, definitely, definitely. And you don't wanna wait till the spring to do that. You start doing that now, all right? Let me give you guys a serious trick to great compost. You see, composting is something that, you know, a lot of people make composting and a lot of people show you they're making composting. But do we see the result from the composting? Do we ever able to see the result? Well, the result is important. The result is important. If we cannot see no result, then we cannot know whether it's working or not. ABMC. So as soil improve, weed move out. Is not perfect, but enchanting soil change what weeds like. So as soil improve, weeds move out. All right, let me see if I can explain this to the best of my ability. Soil improve. Now, number one, what are you using to improve your soil? So-called improving your soil. What are you using? This is very important. This is very important. If if you notice, you have to listen to what I'm saying, guys. You have to listen to me and you have to pay attention to what I'm saying. Now, hear what I said. Use the stuff them in your garden. The weeds in your garden, the leaf from your plant them, use them back in your soil. So if your soil improve, it's not gonna get rid of the weed. Is not gonna get You're not gonna get rid of the weeds, which we need the weeds them. These weeds we need them. You're not gonna get rid of them. Basically, what you're gonna have going on inside here is a recycle of the same type of weed gonna continue. You see, you got what I'm saying? You're gonna be seeing the same type of weed because what you actually doing, you creating a system in your garden. This is what you creating, a system. This system that you creating, what it does is improve your soil every year. Like now you watch and you see all these plants is actually feeding from the soil. All these plants is feeding from the soil. So what we do, we come and we pick leaf from our plants. We pick leaf from our plants and we bury them back in the soil. So what we're doing, we actually maintaining a soil that we already create. We're not trying to create something different. We already create a system inside here. So the system that we create, where we're doing now, we're maintaining that system with the same weeds, the same plants we grow up inside here. So the nutrients will always be added. I don't know if I explain it. You see where I'm coming from? Thank you for that, Wicker. I don't know if I explain myself. If you get what I'm trying to say, but it's not gonna be the weed, the soil gonna get rid of the weed. No, the weed will still grow in the soil. Now, if you start introducing different things, like for instance, you might go buy some compost somewhere, right? You go somewhere and you buy some compost. Now this compost that you buy have seeds inside of it. I'm sure you see many times you buy things like a fruit tree. You might buy a fruit tree and when you look in the pot, what do you see? You see there's different type of weeds. You see different type of weeds growing in the pot. Now, these weeds is what you bring in your garden now. You see what I'm coming from? We don't know anything about these weeds that you bring in your garden. No, you're introducing something different in your garden. We don't know how they spread. We don't know how they operate. We know how what we have in our garden operate. No, you bring something you don't know about. No, this could be a weed that grows and spread and stifle down other weeds in your garden. That's happened. That's happened. There's a vine down there. If you in control it, it will spread your whole garden. It will run up in all the trees. This is why we have to do our part. And what is our part? Maintaining, come around, taking out the weeds. But the weeds we take out, we pay attention to our plants. That's what we do, right? Let me show you what we do. Eddie Reed, blessings. Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you, Pure Group. Now, what we do, we maintaining what we do. We try not to go out there and bring nothing in here. We use what we have in here. Now, for instance, I'm walking around and I'm looking at all the healthy looking plant. This plant, definitely. This plant, you see how this plant look healthy? These are plants I'll come and I'll strip some of their limbs. I'll strip some of their limbs, and what I'll do with them, I'll throw them back in my soil. So the plants you growing is the plants you're using back in your soil. So you actually maintain it. You create a system already. The system I create is where I was this type of wood. I will dig a trench and bury it and allow it to break down. I do that all over this garden. Now I'm using weeds, plant from my leaf, and then I make my liquid composting. So you're looking at the plants them that thrive really well in your garden, and these are the ones you take in their leaf and you saying, you know what? Let me get some of these leaves. These are comfrey. You rip off some of their leaf and you use them as compost. So basically, this garden, I already built the soil. So all I'm doing is maintaining it. So this is what I'm saying. It's all about maintaining. So the weeds gonna grow up, but you gotta be controlling them. You don't think you're gonna be growing a garden and expect you're not gonna see weed inside of it. There will always be weed in your garden. You have to maintain it. Let me see. Strong plant we put in fight the weed for pulling weeds strong. Them okay. So he buried them as green manure. Yes. Hey Sahara, how you doing? How long it takes to compost, to make compost? Well, it depends. Big plants to shade. This is natural light. Surprise we saw with weeds out. Right. Now, it still depends on the type of plants you're growing. You're using as compost. Some of them, their stem is pretty hard, so it's going to take more time to break down. Some of them, their leaf is a little hard, so it might take more time to break down. So it really depends on the plants you're using. It can be 6 months, it can be 5 months, depending on the plant. It could be even more than that. So it's all depending on the plant. Like I mentioned, like a plant like this. If you want to, you see it have water inside it, guys? You see, this is what you call nature. So now if you want water, if you don't have no water and you need water to drink, what you do? You come with your cup and you just pour it out. You see what I'm coming? This is nature. This is how nature dwells. Right. This plant here, this will break down pretty fast. So within months, this will turn into compost. All right? The ones them with the hard stalk, they take way longer. So it depending on which plant you use. Yes, water catcher, definitely. Do you see how nature operates, man? So you could come out on morning when it drew, and morning with a little cup, and you could get water to drink. All right, so what I'm saying is, guys, like this banana here, this is a whole banana plant I put right here. And I just leave that to break down right there. I'm allowing the water to hit it because I have more. The reason why I ain't cover it yet, I have more banana plant to put there. Because if you notice, there's a bank, and so I'm kind of building back up this with just banana. Look at how more banana over there to build and make compost. These are fruit tree right here. So building healthy soil. After you build your healthy soil, right? After you build that soil, all you're doing is maintaining it. So it's gonna take you a few years to build it to how you want it. Now, when you build it, what happen now? The weeds them, because you're using the weeds them, you're using the plants them, and make compost. So you build your soil a natural, healthy soil. That's what you build. So what you doing now is maintaining it the same way. You keep maintaining it every year. Now you create a healthy soil with less disease. You ain't got to worry about disease in your garden, disease in your soil, because you do it natural. You build it, you spend time and build it. You don't rush and take shortcut and just take all these things that people telling you to put in your soil. And when you catch yourself, you realize you messed up your soil. Your soil is not producing the way it should. Look at this, guys. This is cayenne pepper. I always show the update on this cayenne pepper. This is actually cayenne pepper. And the fertilizer I use with this is cabbage leaf breakdown in water. Cabbage leaf breakdown in water. That's what I feed this plant with. Look how big this cayenne pepper is. Look how they thick. So don't think. This is why you got to study. You got to study and become a master of your space. Become a master of your space. You have to know what to put together to get certain result. And guys, what I'm telling you here is not going to happen overnight. But you actually doing your own research. You doing your, when I say research, I'm not talking about going online. I'm talking about in here, in your garden. Some soil, time as you touch them, they become sand. Time as you touch them, they become sand, like dust. It look like dust. Some soil. Most of the time, it's because of what you actually putting in that soil over the years. If you really adding the leaf and all them things back in your soil, what you're gonna be seeing, you're gonna be seeing a thicker texture within your soil. Doesn't matter if it's dry, it's not gonna be looking like sand. You understand? It's actually gonna be looking like dirt. And these are things you have to pay attention to. So you know, this is why when you're building soil, a lot of people is going through the process of building soil now. And you have to know the difference of building soil and maintaining soil. That's two different things right there. Building it is you building it the way you want it. Meaning you focusing on a natural garden. You focusing on a natural garden, you want your soil to be natural and healthy. You're not trying to do a garden with all different type of stuff you buy from the store and then you put in your... No, you're doing it natural. When you build the soil and you see the soil get to a place where you want it, that's when maintaining start. So what you gonna maintain that soil with?
You're going to maintain the soil with the same thing you've been maintaining it with, because you build it that way. So now now you're walking now on maintaining. So when you're maintaining, you use the same thing. Don't go out there and try to bring in different things in your garden. After you don't work so hard all these years, building your soil, get the soil to the texture you need, the way you like it. It just feels so good, so soft and nice. And then when you catch yourself, you running out there and buying all kind of stuff and add in the same soil you spend 3-4 years trying to build. So building it is one thing, and building it comes with discipline, patience. Building it comes with discipline and patience. Meaning you cannot get distracted. You cannot make no one tell you, oh, this thing is selling, you should go and get that. No, your focus is on building my soil natural, and I'm not interested in anything you have to see. I'm going to work on what I have here and build it natural. After you build it, then you start maintaining. How do you, when you do it, when we do in a house, what we do first? We build a house first. Then we maintain the house. We're going to have to paint it from time to time. We might have to, that's when we start maintaining, after building. And this is where a lot of people get misled with. The difference. You have to build your soil to a place where you want it. Meaning, how you do that? You add a lot of these things, weeds in your garden, cover them with soil. This is how you do it. Yes, Sarah, how you doing? There are many methods to composting. Definitely, I agree with that. There are, let me see, I had a friend that used stove fertilizer, his garden look good for, if you, that's it right there. That Pure Grow, you hit it right there. His garden look good for a few years, but no, he can't grow eggs. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for saying that, because these are things I know and see for myself. This is why I refuse to use anything than what I have here in my garden. Because what a lot of people don't understand, these things, you using them, yes, they make your plant grow up big, the fruit them grow up big, but how long will it last? How long will that last? It's gonna start mess with the soil. It's gonna start get rid of the earthworms them. They're not gonna like the smell. They're gonna start to move to different places. All the beneficial bacteria start fleeing. Some of them you might lose some of them. These are the things. When you go natural, you draw them to you. You draw them in your garden. You draw them to your soil. You see what I'm coming from? So this is why you got to understand, guys. This is a garden that this is a natural gardening. So when you come here, you got to understand natural gardening. When you come here, you got to understand this is all natural. We're not trying to use nothing that comes from nowhere. We use what we have. It takes me time to build this soil. And this is what I'm saying. Don't go out there and getting all things from all over the place and dump in your garden and believe you're doing something great. You could be causing a hazard in your garden. And most of the things you eat, you put around your soil, you eating it. So You messing up your garden and you're messing up your health at the same time. You messing up your soil and your health at the same time. Remember, everything these plants, every time thing you put around these plants, the plant absorb. And when it absorb it up in the fruit. And when you eat the fruit, what do you think you're eating? What do you think you're eating? Don't get me wrong. There's many ways of composting. Whatever you could work with, you work with that. Whatever you can use, you use whatever you can use. But my recommendation is use the plants them that grows in your garden, the weeds them that grows in your garden. Use them, especially after working hard to build that soil, to maintain it. Observe. See the weeds them that's thriving in your garden. And go at them, go for them. Use them as compost, because they're doing well in your garden. They make the plants them grows well in your garden. So you use them back. That create a healthy garden. All right, let me see. Hey Fifi Urban, how you doing? You see, there's a difference here, guys. This is why, it's a reason why I do life from my garden. It's a reason why I do life from my garden. Why I do life from my garden? Because I'm not in fooling people. I'm not trying to song like I know more than anyone, because that's not what I'm doing. I know more than anyone when come on this garden here. On your garden, you got to know more than anybody that your soil, you building it, you walking, you supposed to know. So in my garden, I know more than anyone, because I build this soil. Me and nature build it, so I know. Now everybody builds soil their own way. Some people have different resources to build their soil. You use whatever you have. This is what I always say. Use whatever you have. Use what you have around you and make it work. All right? Wait, let me see. Time and patience, yes, definitely. The garden need to be as natural as you can get it. Definitely. So you build it there. Thank you, Fifi. Appreciate it. Let me see. Hey, Time Commander, what's up? Hey, Jamarika, how you doing? Black walnut tree? Yes, I have a black walnut tree. Yes, I have a couple of them. Everybody, I'm listening, but I'm just, all right, okay. Yes, I have a couple black walnut tree. Listen to me, guys. Like I said, the only reason I do live is because I want people to understand what I'm saying, and also what I'm saying must able to, you're supposed to see it. Whatever I'm speaking about, you should be able to see it. The result, the soil. You're supposed to see it. Whatever apostle speaking about, you should be able to see it. So I don't want to sit behind no computer and talk a bunch of stuff and no proof. All right? Like I said, if you want to grow a healthy garden, healthy soil, there's certain things you just have to stay away from. If you want to grow a healthy garden, a healthy soil, there's certain things you just got to stay away from. And it's one thing my followers can say, or the people who know me gardening for a while and follow my channel, what they can say, he says what he does, and he always show the result. This year is one of the first year I comes out and showing you what is actually going on live in my garden. This is, oh man, these eggplant ready for harvest. Yes, you see what's going on here? And I show the whole progress with these. I show what I was feeding them with, and this is the result. So result counts. I cannot take all them information and then I cannot see nothing to prove what you're saying. I remember, if you go back to my videos, to my live videos, you know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see me when these was very small, what I used to be adding around them. I already harvest from these already, and another harvest is right here. They just keep producing and they're growing and they just keep producing. So this is what I'm about. Yes, live demonstration. This is what I'm about. I try to show, come out here, I talk about my soil, I talk about how I do it, and then the result from it. This is what I'm about. Not a bunch of talking and no action. Okay, we got ripe pepper. Some, you know, I'm gonna give somebody, some lucky winner, some seed from this pepper here. Ah, damn, this thing is long. This thing is longer than my hand. Watch. You see this? I'm gonna give a lucky person some seed from this pepper here. A lucky person from that, and this one as well. And this bell pepper here as well. Somebody gonna get these plants, some seed from this and that one over there. So now we talk about bell pepper every year, and we grow the same size of bell pepper, 8 foot. You know, I like to give update, guys. So you might see me show you my bell pepper a million times, but these are updates I'm giving, and these are live update. This is not no edit update. These are live update. Bell pepper tree from the bottom, come right up to the top, going all the way above up there. And if you see up there, you're gonna see they have flowers all to the top. You're gonna see pepper. Listen to me. These things produce. Look, we have one over here. This one almost 8 foot. I have to, and you see they're loaded with pepper too. They're loaded with pepper. They're loaded with pepper. We have pepper everywhere. So when we talk about growing food, the result have to add, and this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give live update that people could see that this actually works. You see what I'm saying? You remember yesterday? I did a live yesterday. For the people who did not see the live yesterday, I would like you guys to go check back out that live. You see? Look what happened here. You see flowers? It was raining. Look at flowers get beat off from the rain. This is exact. Look over there again. You see what I'm telling you? Look at next one there again. This is even though I improve the pepper, it still happen. So could you imagine I take off all the leaf? All the flowers gonna be underground. And this is exactly what I'm trying to say. Look, the rain beat out this head. Look at this. This one is almost 8 feet now. This one here. Almost 8 feet. So this is just update, guys. I'm just giving you update. I want you guys, because I want you guys to understand that what I'm saying is facts. What I'm saying is truth. It actually works. Use what you have around you. I'm not saying telling you to go around and just use what I use. No, I'm saying use what you have around you and build your soil. Then after you build your soil, what you do? You maintain it, but you have to build it before you maintain it. And this is where we have to understand. The soil have to be built before maintaining it. Meaning you're going to build it to a way you want to build it. And when you see it's there and you see, wow, this is doing well. This plant is really producing. This soil is really producing. Then you say, okay, it's to this place. So what I do now, I maintain it. So you have to build it, then maintain it. Harvesting time again. Those. Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you, Fifi. Pure Go say your videos are real deal, straight proof. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Let me leave my okay. See the wall. Yes, that's very nice. Thank you. Real deal, definitely. Hey, Ty. DG Garden, how you doing? Awesome. Those seeds would be great to have. Definitely, yes. That's awesome. Definitely, yes. These pepper tree are crazy tall. That's what I'm telling you, man. The result is here. Yes. Whoa. Remember when? Yes. This is a parcel I could always talk about. This brother here, Pure Grow. He remember when this pepper was really small, because he used to be in my life. He remember when this pepper was really small, and look where they are now. He see what I feed them with. Look where they are now. So that's what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you, it actually works. All I'm saying is, you can try. Oh, okay. It's getting ready to rain. Man, we're getting some rain these days. I'm just loving it. Okay, we have nice, pretty ripe pepper. Oh, wow. You know what? Gotta do a harvest tomorrow. Okay. All right. Yeah, yes, Pure Grow. I know for sure you're going to have so much pepper on those trees because you have a long growing season. Definitely. My growing season is pretty long, so it's gonna be a lot of pepper very soon. As much as you see it there, guys, it look like it ain't much pepper. But you're talking about 30 something bell pepper tree right there. Right over there. It start raining now. Oh man. I'm fascinated in your practice. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. This is what I love, and this is what I love because, and this is why I decide this year I'm gonna be doing a lot of live this year. This is why I decided that because this whole garden season from last November into December, January, February, I've been doing live this whole garden season. So from the time I was preparing the soil, I was doing live. When I plant, I was doing live. So this whole garden season is well documented and in live videos. In live videos. This is why the brother can say he saw when these things were small. Even the eggplant, he saw when these eggplant was small. The pepper, now the eggplant producing like wildfire. The pepper them, I don't harvest peppers already. There's still more to harvest. The production is, you understand? So the whole process, I did live with all the update. I did live. So but this method works. You understand? But like I said, it's not gonna work overnight. It takes time and effort, discipline. Because I'm telling you, in this thing, there's people who wanna tell you, oh, you need to use this product, man. This product is good. And you might get distracted and say, you know what? Let me go try this product with this guy talking about. Next thing, all your hard work that you push out for years just gone back in vain. Just gone in vain because what? You add something that you should have never had. More rain, yes? Hell yeah. Anyone in a grow zone like you should follow? Definitely. Because the proof, there's proof. If you're in my zone, this is the channel you should be following and watching and see that my pepper trees, them guys, every year they don't stop produce. They produce right down until the last frost. The eggplant is the same thing and you're gonna see for yourself. The okra, the same thing. Then we have Dashin, we have Edo, we have Tanya for harvest. We have cassava for harvest. Listen to me. And it's the same method we're using. Anyhow, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. This is a channel where you come and you get live video direct, live demonstration, showing you. And then we show the result. So I appreciate if you guys can hit that like button. I even try overwintering some pepper to see it can grow a tall plant. It didn't work. Oh wow, sorry to hear that. Hey Elsa, how you doing? I should be taking notes. Yes, definitely. You should be taking notes, Elsa, because what we're doing actually work. How we teach to do this is it feed you. It can definitely feed you and your family. And that's facts. Like what Fifi said, if people in my zone should be following me and see the things that I do, that they can be able to get, watch the plants I grow, follow my step, and see for yourself. Because you have a longer growing season than a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? Teacher say growing, gardening and life is for soil is good. You should have to add anything. Okay, let me see what you say. If your soil is good, You shouldn't have to add anything to it. That's not all right. You see, let me let me let me say a little about that. If your soil is good, you shouldn't have to add anything to it. That's right. That's right. If your soil is good, you shouldn't have to add nothing to it. But there's something named maintaining soil. Remember, the plants feed from the soil, and every year the plants them grow, the plants them draw nutrients, mineral, all these things from the soil. So you have to maintain. So when I say maintain, I'm not telling you run to the store. I'm telling you go back in your garden and pull out them weeds out your garden and add them back in your soil. So that's a form of maintaining. So even your soil is good, you have to maintain it because the plants will drain it. The plant will drain it. You will end up have to rest your soil, put your soil to rest. You will have to allow your soil to rest. But in these cases, you don't need to rest your soil because you start maintaining the soil all through the spring, in through the winter, summer, through the fall. Every year you keep maintaining it. If you don't maintain your soil, what's going to happen? These plants going to drain the nutrients. These plants going to drain the minerals out of it, and the soil going to become weak. You see what I'm coming from? Then you will have to allow the soil to rest before you could really get it back to that place where it's producing like it used to. So if your soil is good, whether your soil is good or not, you shouldn't even be adding nothing to it but natural stuff from your garden. Don't get distracted, guys. You have to understand. You have to understand. The soil, this soil feed these plants. These plants suck the nutrients, the mineral out of the soil every year. So if you not giving back to the soil gonna start to get weaker and weaker because it's draining the nutrients. So you must maintain it. You have to maintain your soil. Just like how you got to maintain your body. You got to watch what you eat, that you could get a healthy body. You got to exercise, that you could get a healthy moving body. Same thing. Everything in life you have to maintain. If you're growing a tree and you don't want it grow too tall, you got to maintain it by pluming it. There's always maintaining. You have a house. You build a house. Over the years, you will have to maintain it because if you don't maintain it, what's going to happen is going to start, over the years, it's going to start falling apart. So it's all about maintaining. So our soil, we're not supposed, well, me, I'm not telling you guys what to do. But me, I'm not adding a thing to my soil more than what I'm growing in the garden, and take leaf off the plants from time to time, bury them in the soil, so maintaining. Never, the next problem, the next thing a lot of people do that I think could be causing their soil to get messed up is waiting until the spring to maintain the soil. You waiting until the spring to maintain your soil. No, you should be maintaining your soil right at this moment. You should be maintaining your soil now. Go right back. So by the time the spring come, the soil is intact. The soil ready for food. You see what I'm coming from? So if you, as TG say, if your soil is good, you shouldn't have to add nothing. Well, that's still the, well, I'm not sure what she mean by adding nothing. Maybe she mean going and purchase stuff and then add to the from the store. I don't know. But what I know for sure, we have to maintain our soil in our garden in order for our garden to continue producing the way it should. Look, every year I can grow a 8-foot bell pepper tree. This was a 10-foot pepper tree last year. Right now we almost reach 8 feet again. Every year, you know why? Because I maintain the soil. You see what I'm coming from? I maintain the soil. Look how these edos tall. I'm growing these edos every year. Right in this area here. Look how they're tall. Some of them tall, almost taller than me. You know why? Because maintaining. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Okay guys, this live, I don't know, but this video, this gonna be ending pretty soon. A garden is like a child. Care for the soil and let it mature and grow. All right. Yes. Please remember to hit on the thumb. This live video will be great. Thank you, Fifi. Appreciate it. Okay, let me see. I'm in 8B to plant a zone. Okay. 7A. Growing season, mild winter. Wow. That's awesome and exciting. Yes. You can grow tons of food in one season. Definitely. Elsa. Good evening, teacher. Oh, South. Wow, how you doing, Elsa? Blessing to you. From South America, blessing to you. It's get too cold in okay, all right, okay. Planter, but I always try. Don't give up, Ty. Do not give up. And I see you doing well. Do not give up. You're doing well. Yes, I'm trying to plant out these area. Okay. Okay, Elsa, you take from soil, you must give back to it. Definitely. 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 Yes, planting is essential in gardening where plants know the direction. Definitely. Mr. Shishu, yeah. You know, I can't grow a garden without my Shishu. Trees and plants, roots grow deep to pull up mineral. It's built how a plant dies. All right. Yes, planter. Maintenance. Definitely. I got okra off 6 feet tall tree. All right, all right. Listen me. Listen me. The more you guys grow natural or try, you guys gonna see some result in your garden that you just can't understand. The truth is, guy, this whole area here, I was growing cabbage in this whole area here. This whole area come down here, all this was cabbage, come right back over here. I harvest my cabbage. What I do, I plant pepper. I plant a pepper, okra. I replant. You see what I'm saying? So all in the spring, I plant cabbage. Then after I harvest the cabbage, I come back with the okra. Look, I even have small okra coming up down there. Okra here, lemongrass, as you can see going over there. You have to figure, this is the thing. You have to think when come on this gardening thing, because you could have several crops in a year. You could have several crops. I don't harvest out all my cabbage here. And guess what? The cabbage that I harvest, I was able to use their leaf and make compost. And guess what? Compost tea. And this is what I was feeding these eggplant with. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? This whole area was cabbage. I harvest them, I take their leaf, I use their leaf, make compost tea, and come back and feed these eggplant with the same compost tea. And look how these eggplant is producing. These things is just, I now harvest a few days, last week. There's another harvest. No harvest bell pepper, there's another harvest. So you, like I said, guys, for the people in this type of zone, you should definitely pay attention. You should pay attention because following me, you can grow a lot of food. That is the thing. You can grow a lot of food. I'm here sharing. I ain't got to come out here and share my garden with no one. But I'm sharing because I know the time is coming. Time is coming where people got to get back busy, Jet, busy. You welcome the wicker share. You, time is changing, man, and we got to get back busy. We got to learn how to live after grid. We got to figure out how to grow food. So I don't have to come out, but I want to share this information because ain't much people share this kind of information. People prefer to introduce you to a product than tell you, man, you can grow these things without using anything. Like for instance, these are some eggplant, right? And if you notice, these weeds that growing up down between there, I'm not gonna move these weeds. I'm gonna leave these weeds. These weeds gonna dry down for the fall.